This one is going to be challenging for all of us. Co-parenting. Co-parenting is hard in a happy marriage. It's really hard when you're separated. Actually, check that. It's not just hard. It's a skill, and it's one you must learn because it'll make you or break you. You've decided to separate, which means you're destined to parent your kids in separate homes. But don't fool yourself, you're still co-parenting. And if you don't find your way to do it properly, you're guaranteeing yourself a frustrating life and a very confusing one for the kids. Let's put it this way. If the only way you could save yourself was by playing the piano in an orchestra, you would hang on to that instrument for dear life. You would tune it, you'd practice it, and you'd learn the part. In that spirit, if co-parenting children effectively is the gateway to a successful separation, and therefore a happier future and 2 healthy homes for your kids to live in, well, tune the instrument and learn the part. The day your kids are born, you're thrust into the role of co-executive producer, co-director, co-screenplay writer. Sometimes you're thrown a twist and you're a co-screenplay adapter. Co, like both of you. Like a company operating in the business of making and raising babies. Congratulations, you have a child. And with that, you're vested with the powers of parental authority. Authority. It's a heavy word. You can make decisions. You can shape your child's life. You can say what goes and bang the proverbial gavel. But you often have to check in with your co-creator and get their okay too. So it's parental authority with a twist. It's nuanced. It's shared parental authority. Doesn't that contradict the very notion of authority? Not really. It's not parental dictatorship. It's not Kim Jong-un. It's Kim Jong-do. Both of you have the power. You both get to have a say in important questions concerning your kids, and that continues well after the separation. You both get to have a say in questions regarding education, health, extracurricular activities, religion, geography. You both get a vote. But the system is ill-conceived, isn't it? Because you're just 2, so you'll often be deadlocked in a 1-1 tie. And unfortunately, nobody gets to break the tie other than a judge. Only the parents have parental authority, unless in extreme cases a court strips the authority from a parent and even bestows it upon someone else. And in your deadlock, your situation is even further maligned in the fact that you cannot run to court every single time you disagree with your ex over matters involving parental authority. Question: so what then? Is there a way out of this mess? Answer: courts exist, and judges rule. Therein lies the answer. If courts can find an answer, it's because there is an answer. The existence of a solution lies in the very foundation of our judicial system. Through adversarial views necessarily lies an answer, a compromise. So if a judge can find the answer, so can you. If solutions did not exist, judges would not be able to draft judgments. You will not agree on everything. But the idea is that you're both generally pushing in the same direction and striving towards the same goal. Nurturing your children, empowering your children to become emotionally well-rounded, kind, thoughtful, responsible human beings. There is the axis, and it's the ideal. Co-parenting is ideal, but sometimes it's impossible. It's impossible when a parent is overpowering and inflexible and denies the other parent a voice, makes unilateral big decisions concerning the children in almost all scenarios, and openly denigrates the other parent. It amounts to a know-it-all and you-know-nothing shutdown. That's a no-go. It's also impossible if a parent acts in a way that is completely detrimental to the children. Even when the parent allows the other parent to exercise parental authority reasonably, that good work becomes severely impacted, even undone, by the harmful parent. But it's quite simple and it's serious. Failure to co-parent effectively will lead a judge to award custody to the parent who demonstrates responsible decision-making abilities, who reaches out to the frustrating parent for conciliation, collaboration, and reason, and who has emerged as the best person to catapult the children emotionally, intellectually, physically into a balanced childhood and giving them the best arsenal for a good life. There's something generous about co-parenting. You act for your kid's well-being, even if it hurts, even if it gives the other parent the edge, even if there's nothing in it for you. You've helped your children progress. But look closer. There is something in it for you. You're putting the children first, and you're teaching them selflessness. You're performing your parental duties beautifully. There's so many examples of how co-parenting works, so many intervals in life, from toddler to teen, and co-parenting may even have reaches well into your children's own adult lives. One never stops being a parent. Psychologists have told us that this tendency to invalidate the other parent is often tied to how we cope with a sense of hurt, loss, and failure we experience when a relationship ends. And when moving through stages of grief, we often experience anger and want to lash out at the other parent. When we've been hurt by someone, we need to remind ourselves of the qualities this individual we once loved still possess. We may hate how they make us feel sometimes, but we need to rehabilitate them at least as good parents. Your ex isn't automatically wrong because things aren't being done your way. It's not an immediate and causal slight on you. Are your ex's decisions sometimes made in real time, coming from a place of care? How can you assess that? Try this. Instead of prompting yourself to react to your ex's suggestions, ask yourself if you're upset because you feel overlooked or because your children are being hurt. In other words, are you reacting to you or to what you know in your gut is wrong for the kids? If every now and then your ex does things his or her way without consulting you or in a way that's contrary to your wishes, put it in context. How impactful is the decision and what kind of an input were you supposed to have in the first place? Go back to what we said earlier. You both get to weigh in on those important decisions. Where the kids live, where they go to school, if they're registered in intense hockey, soccer, ballet programs, if they're given special medication. There's a difference between assessing your child, putting your kid through psychotherapy, and giving them ADD meds, and choosing between Tylenol or Advil. On those seminal decisions, you have to decide together, or agree to defer to a professional, a psychologist, a dentist, a doctor, the school social worker, the principal. Or, dare I say it, you can defer to the other parent when you know in your heart that he or she is trying as hard as you are. This continues next week. Please join us, and in the meantime, feel free to share your thoughts. I'll be really happy to answer you. Thanks so much for watching.